We'll get started in a minute. We're just waiting for our quorum that is walking in now. All right, we now have quorum. We can move forward. Would you like to lead us through roll call?
Matt Guillory.
Here.
Jorge Charnico.
Here.
Dylan Bradway. Betsy Brunstetter. Donna Cervantes.
Here.
Tyler Holmes. Lee Peoples.
Here.
Ben Sellers.
Here.
James Farnham. You have a quorum.
Thank you. In your package, you have the minutes from the November 16th meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those?
Motion to approve.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the minutes from the November 16th meeting are approved. We have no cases withdrawn nor continued for this month. So let's move into the consent docket. Michael, I actually had a question about this one, if it's okay. I know they're putting an addition on the back of this. How close will that come to the neighboring property to the north?
I believe it's about 5 feet.
Okay.
Allows access from the rear of the building to the front.
Okay. And that 5 feet, is that a utility easement, or is
No.
that? It is?
No?
Okay. There's just going to be a 5-foot access space?
Yes, basically.
Okay. Any other questions from the panel about this consent docket case? Would you like to tell us anything else about it, Michael?
No, it's a pretty straightforward project. It's one of the reasons it's on your consent docket. There has been some work already done on the existing building, and that's being captured as part of this CA to make sure it's all covered with an approval so that they can, when they get their final inspections, that it's all copacetic. By and large, it's a continuation pretty much of the existing building with windows and doors to match, and they are providing an extension of the sidewalk to the northerly property line. So,
okay. Thank you. Moving on to individual cases.
you have to take a make a motion.
Oh, sorry. I'm moving on prematurely. We need a motion to approve the consent docket.
I'll move approval of the consent docket.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, consent docket passes. And now we can move on to cases for individual consideration, of which we have one, 917 Northwest 8th in the Cottage District. Michael?
This item is another single-family detached home in a contemporary style in the extreme northwestern portion of the Cottage District. It's adjacent to two other similar homes that are presently under construction. They were approved last year. You can see here that it's on the north side of Northwest 8th between Classen and Francis. The two homes under construction are to the east, and there's one that was finished directly across the street, I think a year or two ago. The two properties to the west are outside the Cottage District boundary, so they are not subject to the rules that are pertaining here. See here is the vacant lot shown looking north from the street. This is the house to the east. It's under construction. This is the house to the west. It's been occupied for a few years now. This is a selection of the homes that are along Northwest 8th Street, both on the north and the south side of the street. You can see that these two homes here on the north side, just east of the property, are very similar architectural style to the one that's being presented to you today. If it weren't for the fact that This building does not have the 24-inch elevated entry, and it's also proposing some wood siding on the rear of the building. It would be under consent docket, but because of those two items, it's been put under items for individual consideration. And as the commission is aware, with these contemporary style homes, we do often, or the commission has often waived the requirement for the 24-inch elevated entry. And also, it's very common for homes in this district with this contemporary style of architecture to utilize wood siding. So we've reviewed the project, and it's compliant with all the applicable development regulations and design guidelines, and we're recommending the commission approve the project.
All right, thank you. Is anyone present that would like to speak to this project? Please state your name and sign in.
Frank Haas, Utopia Design and Build, designed and will build this project.
All right, kind of run us through anything that Michael didn't capture you think we need to know.
It's just a modern, just under 3,000 square foot, single-family residence. We have a courtyard area in the back, detached garage for 2 cars. We have no front-facing garage doors. It's all nicely hidden behind the house. We kept our setbacks in line with all the other projects that are on the same street. We have a stucco face with multiple control joints to give kind of a cast stone look. We'll have stucco on the east side, brick on the west side. We have a slate kind of stacked stone on the front to give it some architectural detail. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. It's what you see.
All right, thank you. Any questions or from the commission?
Oh, the cedar reference was actually, it's nothing street facing either. It's directly in the back, just encompassing. We have a covered porch attached and built into the house. And so we have that essentially lined with cedar. And we'll have a spar urethane coating, clear coating, so it'll be completely weather resistant and UV resistant as well.
Okay. Any questions?
I have a comment. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm impressed that the design has so much glass facing the street, because that is not something, that's something we always want to get, and we're not getting it. So, and I know how difficult it is, because
Yes.
we've done one, but I'm pretty impressed.
Thank you.
Anything else? I also commend the location of the garage, that being an issue that's taken off the table for us. If no one has anything, do we have a motion?
I have a motion to approve the application on the basis that the project meets the regulations and guidelines of the Downtown Design District zoning ordinance as referenced in section C and D of the staff report.
Very nicely stated motion. Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. All right. So that was it for the individual consideration cases. We have no other business. Let's move on to communications.
Item A is just a note that we've included in your packet a copy of the 2017 meeting schedule that was approved by the commission a few meetings ago, I believe. So it just follows the same pattern of the meetings that we typically have, and we also did move up the meeting in November to get away from the Thanksgiving holiday. And of course, when December rolls around next year, we'll have to figure out if the date we've set is going to work for everybody again. But at this point, that's just wanted to let you, make you aware of the fact that you had that new calendar there in your packet. Maybe keep it in your binder. Item B, just a summary of some of the changes that were approved to various projects in the UD district. Over the past month, only 2 on the list this month. One was a slight change to our addition of a fence to the rear of the Asian market up on Military in the Asian district. And the other being some minor revisions to an existing building on the south side of 23rd Street across from the Rise that used to be a pawn shop, and they're getting ready to turn it into something else, but they're not quite there yet. So they've just done some preliminary work in terms of removing a mansard and pouring some concrete for a patio out front, providing for some landscaping there as well. I think eventually you'll either see it back before you as a full case, or it'll be some more administrative approvals to finish off the design of the project.
Who's Hot Stuff LLC?
That sounds like the name of a potential restaurant, I guess, but I'm not sure.
I believe Hot Stuff LLC is a single asset entity that owns this building.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Do we have any comments from Planning Department staff?
We had a really great commissioner training. If you weren't able to attend, I think most everybody, UDC had a really great representation. Paula is handing out copies of the presentation so that everyone has the information, even if they weren't able to attend.
Thank you. Any comments from commissioners?
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah.
Same to you and the rest of you. And with that, I think we are concluded. Our next meeting will be January 25th of 2017. All right, thank you.